Hi guys, it's me, Vanny, and okay. So my last video was a little bit of a letdown for me. But you know what? It's fine. I've already done the story, I think, but I've also done it in the description just to be safe. If you're unaware about the story of how I've tried to solve the story of Security Breach in the DLC, let me refresh you. Especially including the two true endings believed in Security Breach. The Burntrap ending and Princess Quest. Don't ask. Okay? I don't want anyone to think that the Princess Quest is the actual official canon ending. Mostly because Vanny's mask is not the same one seen in the actual Ruin DLC. It's the one where Vanessa, where the Vanny mask is in the DLC of The Curse of Dreadbear, Help Wanted. Not the same one with the costume Vanny wears. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But what I can tell that from my perspective and some other fans of the series, they think that the two endings, Burntrap and Princess Quest, are combined. Well, I've actually managed to solve the minor details in the story, in the game. For starters, the energy station is in the basement where Burntrap was. So, and it's still intact. So it's possible. And the blob is still around. I'm not sure why. And considering that the Pizzaplex is in ruins, it's possible that the Burntrap ending is one of the true endings. But Princess Quest is the most involved, retconning the entire ending. So, I'm thinking that Burntrap and Princess Quest are combined. Mostly, Gregory is an orphan homeless child who sneaks into the newly built Pizzaplex. He befriends a girl named Cassie who was celebrating her birthday with her father, November 11th. Cassie invited her friends to her birthday, but they never showed up, and Cassie ended up crying in a corner where Gregory befriended her. Gregory is quickly found by security, including Vanessa, but he manages to hide from them. Well, maybe. The performance of the Glamrock animatronic shortly end after Freddy Fazbear's malfunction. Later, Gregory hides inside Glamrock Freddy, and they quickly befriend each other. Gregory soon realizes someone by the name of Vanny is trying to kill him. Later, Gregory and Glamrock Freddy escape the Pizzaplex while also freeing Vanessa from her Vanny persona from GlitchTrap / Burntrap / William Afton, which was the most speculated. The Blob taking William Afton back to hell. It's pretty clear that Burntrap is William Afton due to the skeletal remains in the suit, especially the jaw. But people have now been thinking that GlitchTrap is the mimic. Now, I want to say this in my own perspective. It's possible that since in the book, the mimic was built by a man named Edwin Murray in the 1980s. William Afton might have known about the mimic and decided when he dies he'll have a plan B to escape and try to reborn himself with help of a certain entity or someone he wants to recruit. And when he dies in Fnaf 6, the mimic takes on the form of GlitchTrap. Mimicking William's behavior, especially in his costume and the purple eyes, Even though it might be William, it's actually the Mimic, who's somehow a virus. William's soul becomes part of the virus. I almost sounded like a glitch. William's soul being in the virus, remnant of it. With the Mimic helping William trying to recruit someone to try and manipulate in order to bring him back to life. That's how I'd see it. With both outcome being either William Afton or with the Mimic being GlitchTrap. Probably even both. It's kind of like Cassidy and the Crying Child both being in Gold and Freddy. I don't know. I thought that would be interesting. But they managed to manipulate Vanessa into becoming Vanny and recruit her into resurrecting William Afton, also known now Burntrap. Even though they managed to succeed, they failed pretty quickly, with William Afton being dragged to hell by the Blob, the angry souls of the missing children that he's killed through the years. Sometime the Pizzaplex ends up collapsing, destroyed, and later abandoned, possibly due to an earthquake, which wouldn't be true, because in the Burntrap ending, the building ended up collapsing, and it's possible that a year later, people believe that an earthquake managed to destroy the Pizzaplex. I mean, even though that it can't possibly fake an earthquake, the two endings are combined, people. Don't play dumb with me. Sometime after Gregory, Glamrock, Freddy, and Vanessa escape from the Pizzaplex, Cassie ends up exploring the abandoned and vandalized building, thinking that Gregory is trapped inside. It's later revealed that Gregory wasn't trapped in the building, but the Mimic tricked Cassie. The Mimic was built in the 1980s by Edwin/Edward Murray. And in the Pizzaplex, a glitch occurred, causing something to happen, and an unknown entity slash glitch rabbit trapped the Mimic in a virtual prison. Cassie goes into a room where she presses a button to the scooper machine, and it kills the Mimic. Cassie escapes the Pizzaplex off-screen, being reunited with her father, Gregory, Vanessa, and Glamrock Freddy. Never to return to the Pizzaplex ever again. The end. Now, here are the secrets that I've noticed. So, Doggo said that even though the Glamrock Freddy that Cassie encounters is a prototype, he was dismantled. The original Glamrock Freddy was dismantled, and Gregory ended up taking a spare prototype head. Meanwhile, the original Glamrock Freddy, who was updated with all of the upgrades, had Roxy's yellow eyes. Meanwhile, the prototype Freddy head has blue eyes. So it's possible that the prototype had that spare head that Gregory takes with him in the Princess Quest ending. Also, there's missing posters of Gregory missing while wearing the Vanny mask. This is probably due to the entity or Mimic thinking that Gregory is missing. And Gregory's backpack is in the DLC. Even though I recall that Gregory doesn't have a book bag or backpack, it's possible that it's a continuity error, or just something to I don't know, spice things up, or just be just a minor issue. It's kind of like Harley Quinn's pregnancy in Batman Arkham City, especially in the DLC Harley Quinn's Revenge, where it's shown that she's pregnant, but in the DLC, there's a bunch of pregnancy tests that has a negative. So it's possible that either Harley Quinn was pregnant, but but is not pregnant anymore and doesn't have a baby. Which is kind of sad. I mean, it's possible that her mental state involving the death of her beloved Puddin caused her to have miscarriage or, by a bunch of pregnancy tests only to end up negative, causing her to mistake her pregnancy as just a fake, or that she, lost the baby. Now, I do believe that the Burntrap and Princess Quest ending are combined. There's also another secret where, like I said, the blob was also in the DLC, but there's also Glarmark Bonnie. The story is that Monty admired Glarmark Bonnie and wanted to be part of the band. Glarmark Bonnie ended up handing his guitar over to Monty, I think. Monty ended up becoming part of the band while Glarmark Freddy was nowhere to be seen. Probably the influence of GlitchTrap. Now, the Mimic is a separate entity, not William Afton, probably because Burntrap's endoskeleton is a lot different from the Mimic, to be obvious, especially in the eyes and face shape, or endohead. Burntrap obviously has William's skeletal remains, especially in the jaw. I mean, to be pretty clear. And, like I said in the story of events in my version, the story of Secure Breach took place on Cassie's birthday, on November 11th. Not a known year. I mean, okay, it's William Afton might have known about the Mimic and decided that he would have a plan B to resurrect himself with the help of the Mimic and recruit someone to resurrect him with Mimic's help by manipulating the poor victim. I mean, the Mimic was built in the 1980s, not a known year, but he has been around, probably, during Fnaf 1, in 1988 to 1993, or 1995, if you include Peter, if you include Purple Guy's death. I'm trying to explain it as much as possible, but that's just my opinion and my perspective of the actual timeline involving the Mimic, to try to make the most sense. It's obviously now that people do not understand the whole story, especially in the Mimic, involving the novel and the secrets. It's, I don't know. If Steel Studios should have just sticked with the original Burntrap ending being the true ending, and just freed Vanessa from her Vanny persona off screen, then they should have won all the way. Instead, they just decided to retcon it, similar to Fnaf 4, well, in a way, or Fnaf 5 sister location. I'm sorry. I was trying to explain this as much as possible, but I feel like this is complete bullshit. Nothing makes sense anymore. I would fully agree with MatPat. Nothing makes sense in the Ruin DLC. Nothing. And why even bother creating the game in the first place? However, it might be possible that in Hub 1 and 2, Cassie's dad might be the protagonist, and he might be able to stop the Mimic and GlitchTrap.